Welcome to Star Chat, the podcast where we explore the wonders of the universe and all its secrets. I'm your host, Carl, and I'm excited to share some fascinating space news with you today. We're starting off with a story that's out of this world, literally. NASA's Artemis 2 mission is gearing up to send astronauts on a lunar flyby, and it's not just about the engineering feats. The crew has been undergoing extensive training in geology, and they'll be making scientific observations during their journey. But what makes this mission unique is the level of involvement from the science team. Meet Deputy Lunar Science Lead Henderson, who will be leading a team of geologists and lunar scientists in real-time analysis of the data coming from the spacecraft. They'll be communicating directly with the crew through a new role, the science officer, Kelsey Young. The team has been preparing for this mission with practice simulations, field expeditions to places like Iceland and Arizona, and even moon homework to ensure they're ready for whatever the lunar surface throws their way. The Artemis astronauts are not just engineers, they're also scientists themselves. With backgrounds in physics, remote scientific fieldwork, and geology, they're an extension of the science team. And with the new science evaluation room at NASA's Johnson Space Center, the team will be able to analyze data and provide guidance to the crew in real time. As Henderson says, "I really don't care when it launches because I know it's going to be good. And we can't wait to see what this mission discovers." The level of collaboration between the science team and the astronauts is unprecedented, and it's going to increase the science return exponentially. We'll be right back with more fascinating space news on Star Chat. Welcome back to Star Chat, folks. As we continue our journey through the vast expanse of space news, we find ourselves grappling with a rather, let's just say, sluggish situation. You see, NASA's Space Launch System, or SLS, has been facing some significant challenges lately. And I'm not talking about the usual suspects like budget overruns or scheduling conflicts. No, this time it's something far more fundamental. It appears that the SLS rocket is suffering from a rather low flight rate, which, in turn, is causing all sorts of headaches for the engineers and technicians involved. Now, you might be wondering what exactly this means. Well, let me break it down for you. When a rocket like SLS only flies rarely, every launch becomes an experimental procedure rather than an operational one. And that, my friends, is a recipe for disaster, or at the very least, a whole lot of delays and frustration. As Eric Berger, senior space editor at Ars Technica, so aptly put it, a rocket that is so expensive it only flies rarely will have super high operating costs and ever-present safety concerns precisely because it flies so infrequently. And that's exactly what we're seeing with the SLS. The fact that NASA has largely ignored these concerns until now is, quite frankly, astonishing. But what's even more remarkable is the recent admission by NASA's new administrator, Jared Isaacman, that the flight rate issue is indeed a problem worth discussing. As he said, the flight rate is the lowest of any NASA-designed vehicle, and that should be a topic of discussion. Well, Mr. Isaacman, it's about time someone at NASA acknowledged this elephant in the room. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, but what about SpaceX's Starship and Blue Origin's New Glenn vehicle? Won't they change the game? And to that I say, absolutely. These private rockets are moving at a pace that's leaving NASA's SLS in the dust. It's a brave new world out there, folks, and it's time for NASA to adapt. As we wrap up this segment, I want to leave you with a thought. What does the future hold for NASA's SLS program? Will they be able to overcome these challenges and make the most of their limited resources? Only time will tell. Welcome back to Star Chat. Today, we've been exploring the fascinating world of astrology and its impact on our lives. As we wrap up this episode, I want to share with you a remarkable story about how astrology is being used in the modern workplace. It's no secret that millennials and Gen Zers are seeking alternative ways to understand their place in the universe, and astrology has become a popular tool for navigating career choices and finding purpose. From using birth charts to determine optimal career paths, to timing important decisions based on celestial alignments, astrology is being embraced by many as a means of gaining insight and perspective. In fact, research has shown that people are more likely to be drawn to divinatory practices like astrology during times of uncertainty, which is certainly reflective of our current social and economic climate. We've seen examples of famous business people and politicians who have credited astrology with their success, from Morgan's alleged statement that billionaires use astrology, to President Ronald Reagan's reported consultation with astrologers before making major announcements. And it's not just the rich and famous who are using astrology to guide their decisions. Many everyday people are finding value in exploring their birth charts and using astrological principles to inform their career choices. One woman, Myers, shared her story of using astrology to guide her decision-making at work. After paying closer attention to her birth chart, she made the bold decision to step down from her role as director and become a senior strategist. This move allowed her to find a better balance between her personal and professional life, and she credits astrology with giving her the perspective she needed to make this change. As we can see, astrology is not just about predicting the future or understanding personality traits. It's also a powerful tool for self-reflection and personal growth. By exploring our birth charts and using astrological principles to guide our decisions, we can gain a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. That's all for today's Star Chat. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, remember to keep looking up at the stars.